My friend forced me on dates with men and created gay dating profiles for me because she thinks that I am in denial. So, I told her my biggest secret. My friend Jessica kept trying to set me up with men, even though I told her repeatedly that I wasn't gay and had no interest in dating guys whatsoever. She'd convinced herself that I was secretly gay and just needed the right man to admit it, so she made it her personal mission to find me a boyfriend, despite my clear statements that I was straight and interested in women only. At every social gathering, Jessica would introduce me to her gay male friends as someone who was still figuring himself out and needed patience and understanding. She'd tell them I was shy and repressed, but definitely interested if they just pushed past my resistance. She'd give them my phone number without permission, and then act surprised when I got angry about strange men calling me for dates I never agreed to. Jessica would say she was just being a supportive friend, helping me discover my true self that society had forced me to hide. She said my denials were exactly what someone in the closet would say, and the more I protested, the more convinced she became that I needed her help. She'd invite me to dinner and surprise me with a male date she'd arranged, then leave us alone saying she had an emergency, while winking at the confused man who thought I'd agreed to this setup. When I complained, Jessica said I was being homophobic by rejecting these men just because they were gay, and I should be more open-minded about love. She actually said my straightness was probably just internalized homophobia, and I needed therapy to accept myself. She told our mutual friends that I was struggling with my sexuality and needed support during this difficult journey of self-discovery that I wasn't even on. At my birthday party, Jessica hired a male stripper and announced to everyone that this was my coming out celebration, even though I'd never come out because I wasn't gay. She decorated with rainbow flags and made a cake that said congratulations on being yourself, while I stood there mortified, trying to explain to my family that Jessica had lost her mind. My grandmother asked if I'd been keeping secrets, and my father wanted to have a supportive talk about acceptance, while I repeatedly explained that Jessica was delusional and I was straight. Jessica told everyone I was still in denial, but she'd keep supporting me through this difficult phase of rejecting my truth. The worst part was when Jessica created dating profiles for me on gay dating apps, using my photos and information, but listing me as actively seeking men. She'd respond to messages pretending to be me, and set up dates that I knew nothing about until angry men started showing up at my workplace, wondering why I'd stood them up. My boss called me in to discuss the inappropriate visitors, and I had to explain that my friend was essentially stalking me by proxy through unwilling strangers. Jessica said she was just trying to help me find love, and I'd thank her when I finally met the right man who made me realize what I'd been missing. That's when I decided Jessica needed to understand what unwanted matchmaking felt like. I started telling everyone that Jessica was clearly in love with her female roommate Amy, but was too scared to admit it. I'd analyze every interaction between them as hidden romantic tension, and tell Jessica she was projecting her own closeted feelings onto me. When Jessica said they were just friends, I'd say that's exactly what someone in denial would claim, and her protests just proved my point. I started introducing Jessica to lesbian friends, saying she was questioning, but needed encouragement to explore her feelings. I'd give them Jessica's number and tell them she was shy, but definitely interested if they were persistent enough. When Jessica got angry about women calling her, I said she was being homophobic and should be more open-minded about love, just like she'd told me. I arranged surprise dates for Jessica with women at restaurants, telling them she was nervous but excited to explore her sexuality. Jessica would arrive thinking we were having lunch, only to find a confused lesbian waiting for a date. When she complained, I said I was being supportive of her journey, and she thanked me when she found the right woman. Jessica's parents started asking when she'd bring home a nice girlfriend, and stopped mentioning potential boyfriends because they wanted to be supportive of their lesbian daughter. Jessica told me that I'd destroyed her dating life, and no man would want her now that everyone believed she was a lesbian, demanding I fix the mess I'd created immediately. I told her I'd call off everything and clear up the misunderstandings on one condition. She had to stop trying to set me up with men and accept that I knew my own sexuality. Jessica agreed instantly, crying with relief that this nightmare would end, then hugged me tightly saying she was sorry for not respecting my boundaries and promised to never interfere with my love life again. That's when I couldn't help myself and whispered, "The funny thing is, Jess, I am interested in someone who isn't strictly into men. You were just looking in the wrong direction." And she pulled back to see me staring directly at her. Full story on channel, link below.